Hello and welcome to Paul Christian's 5-Minute Reviews. In this segment, I review the free game offered on the PlayStation Network monthly. My task is to download each game, play 5 minutes exactly of that game, and then let you know whether that game is worth your time or less than fine. When I heard that the free game offered for April would be called Zombi, I had assumed it would be a fun, innocent game in the style of Buck Bumble, where you'd perhaps be doing something like stealing honeycombs from beehives. I stayed up all night on the night of March 31st in the hope that I would be able to download the game right when it was released. But when it finally was released, I found myself shocked and horrified. What I assumed was a family-friendly game about bugs was actually a spooky monster game, and while I am a brave and fearless man, my one weakness is anything scary. If the developers of the game had gone through the trouble of spelling the name of their game correctly, perhaps I would have been able to review the other free game offered for April, a fun sci-fi game meant to be played with friends. But it was too late. Now that the review was underway, I was honor-bound to play all 5 minutes and present my verdict. With the clock started and my review underway, I did my best to bury the terror and jump headfirst into this world of frightening monsters. Surprisingly, I found that the game didn't frighten me even in the least, and like a man, I powered through. I did find, however, that the controls of the game were not to my liking, making it hard to enjoy the game. Honor-bound, however, I toughed through the game and powered through the 5 minutes to run out the clock. With the review over and the spooky monster game off of my screen, it was time to deliver my verdict. Overall, my thoughts on the game were mostly negative. A game that might have otherwise been enjoyable was tarnished when it chose to be a spooky monster game instead of a family-friendly B game that I was expecting. Although I was more than brave enough to power through this horror, I found that the controls of the game made me not want to play, and the most grievous mistake of all was the fact that the game developers could not spell. If I had known that the game I was picking would be about mean monsters, I never would have picked it for my 5-minute review. With all of this in mind, I find it hard to give Zombi a grade of anything higher than 1 out of 5 Game Boys, which at a price of $0 gives it the rating worth the purchase. Join us again next month for Paul Christian's 5-Minute Reviews. Better luck next time, Sony.